like, when something like this pops off, yes, there is a Hogwarts Legacy 2 coming out, Sketty. There is indeed. And with something like this that involves VTubers, I do want to watch it because obviously I'm in that space. And I like to keep informed about this. I don't know if I'm going to play Hogwarts Legacy 2 when it comes out. Who knows? Maybe I will. I don't know. But when shit like this starts popping off, I want to be informed. So we're going to check out Red's video on this. By the way, Lane P7, thank you for the follow and welcome. And hi, Godzilla. Or should I say Gojira? Since that is admittedly a very poor pronunciation of the Japanese version. Gojira. It is Gojira in the original Japanese. All right. So let's jump into this. Let me see what I may need to prepare for. Rez, kindly inform me so I can go rage.
Hey, what's up, guys? Up here. So today we're going to take a trip over to Blue Sky and check in on this echo chamber because hundreds, if not thousands of users over there are currently crashing out over the upcoming release of Hogwarts Legacy 2. And yes, there's another massive harassment campaign already brewing for this game that might match or be even worse than the previous one. Now, going over to Blue Sky is like fishing in a barrel for these types of posts. It's like they took the worst activists from Twitter and then just condensed them down and put them in one room together, and it's just an absolute disaster.
That's how it's been since the beginning. From the beginning, Blue Sky has literally attracted all the activists. And Lane, you're very welcome. It is my pleasure doing so, and I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. And I hope you enjoy the live version as much as you've enjoyed the videos. Well, Alex, I hope they don't either. At least, if they do, at least this time they will be prepared. And my guess is their communities and their mods will be prepared. That is the one benefit of knowing that this is going to happen this early on in. Thank you, Sketty. They'll know going in what to expect, and they can be better prepared to deal with it. You know, the streamer will be more prepared to deal with it. The mods will be more prepared to start diluting the fuck out of people out of the stream the second they start saying something. It's kind of foolish that they're doing this on Blue Sky because they're literally advertising, we are going to attack you, and the VTubers and their communities are just going like, cool, thanks for the warning, now we can prepare for it, dumb fucks. And the Bane hammers can be at the ready. But, like, literally, like, all you need to do is watch Blue Sky, and that's the hilarious part. The activists on Blue Sky, because let's face it, the majority of people on Blue Sky are activists. They telegraph what they're going to do because they are so desperate for fucking validation from the Blue Sky community. They will just lay out everything. They'll just do diarrhea of the mouth of their entire fucking plan. And it's like, cool. You obviously are not a student of Nishi, dumbass. So, yeah, they're giving all these communities time to prepare and make ready. Thanks, I guess?
On this app, it's like finding a hidden oil reserve in your backyard. Of course, you're going to farm it, just like I'm going to farm posts on Blue Sky, because it's just that easy to see
Turnabout is fair play.
Topics for this channel.
Really, Wargod? Merryweather made a short comic on it? Wargod, if you can find that, can you link that either in Stream General or Art in Discord and go ahead and tag me in it? This is what mods, I'm giving permission on this instance. War Guy, can you put it in Discord and tag me on it? Because I've seen Merryweather's comics before. I love Merryweather's comics. So I'd be really interested to see the short comic that they made on what Blue Sky is like.
Now, before we get into the new stuff, let's revisit quickly what happened with the first game. Back in February of
Okay?
2023, Hogwarts Legacy came out,
Yeah,
and
here we
immediately there
fucking
was a lot
go.
of posts going viral trying to virtue signal about this game. The main claim was that if you buy this game, you're supporting transphobia because it's an IP that belongs to J.K. Rowling, who these people believe is a transphobe. And that's where it began, but it quickly evolved.
And I'm going to point out, there is a very clear distinction. Rev may say this, but I feel like I need to make this very, very clear distinction. The entire harassment campaign that these fucking freak shows facilitated against primarily fucking VTubers, and they attack VTubers, the primary fucking reason for it is J.K. Rowling alone. There is literally nothing in the game, absolutely nothing in the game, that is transphobic in any way, shape, or form. Not a thing. There's absolutely zero transphobia in the game. There is zero transphobia coming out of the studio. And there's even a trans character in the fucking game. The only person that could be considered quote unquote transphobic, and I say quote unquote because there could be arguments be made whether or not she is or is not. I'm not going to debate that because I don't pay attention to J.K. Rowling. I don't know what the fuck she said, nor do I fucking care. But literally, because J.K. Rowling has said something in regards to trans people, these fucking nutcases have blanketed the entirety of the Harry Potter franchise as being transphobic. Literally, the entire franchise. That is how batshit crazy these fucking people are. And it's sick. This is a, like, okay, we've heard about, like, yeah, well, no, it's about boycotting her IP, Sam. Although I'm guessing you probably meant exactly that when you say boycotting her products. So yeah, okay, that's probably exactly what you meant. Mike, I don't remember if it was if he was showcased as explicitly being gay, or there was an interview where she said that he was supposed to be. I do not recall, honestly. Thank you, Anthony Edward.
Rowling made a Facebook post where she said the Death Eaters were meant to represent the trans community.
Okay. Well, again, that is her. All right? Because what she said after, and I'm guessing this was made after the fucking fact. All right? You're gonna take, excuse me. Wait, the Death Eaters. Who knows if she fucking twisted, her mind got twisted afterwards. Like, this was literally after the fact. And again, she is probably like the only fucking one who views it that way. Literally, she is probably, regardless of what she said after the fact, she's probably the only one with this actual viewpoint. To the best of my understanding, everyone that enjoys Harry Potter, no one looks at the Death Eaters and says, yeah, those are trans people, and they're here to unalive other people. Nobody that I'm aware of thinks that way. So, seriously, Hogwarts, in and of itself, the IP as it sits is not anti-gay and is not anti-trans. Yeah, and that seems pretty accurate. They are twisting and they're taking things that J.K. Rowling has said after the fucking fact. And they may be twisting, they be morphing. Again, that is a whole other discussion that I'm not going to get into because I am not familiar enough with the statements that she's made as a whole to commentate on it. But they're blanketing this over the entire franchise. When what we have seen, especially in Hogwarts, the first Hogwarts Legacy, visually, there is literal evidence in the game itself that is diametrically opposed to everything these fucking freak shows say that the Harry Potter IP as a whole is transphobic. But that's not good enough, because these fucking activist nutcases will not be satisfied. Chat, how many times have I said? How many fucking times have I said that these activists are beasts that cannot be fed? They wanted people to bow down and boycott the game, but they would not be happy. Even if that happened, they would not have been happy. Then it would have been, okay, now we need to go after this game that we perceive as being X, Y, or Z phobic. They're a beast that cannot be fed. And when people said back to him, dude, I just want to fucking enjoy a video game. I don't give a shit about the zeitgeist around it that you are perceiving. It's a fun game. I just want to play a fucking fun game. Go fuck off. That's when they turn their laser eyes on these people and basically have to attack, because someone dareth not bend the knee and kiss the ring of activism. Which is kind of, if it's getting this bad, I may want to get this game and play it on stream just to say fuck you to these people. If it really gets that bad, I may literally buy the game and play it on stream just as a giant fuck you to these freak shows. But let's see how bad it's going to get.
Even beyond that, to the point of people being threatened, doxxed, attacked, and almost deplatformed in some cases. We saw things like this, applications like this being used, where it was tracking every single person streaming Hogwarts Legacy so you could go brigade them. And that happened with many different people, including one situation where a girl was bullied so hard by the chat in her stream that she started breaking down and crying and had to end the stream, which, ironically enough, the people were calling them a transphobe, despite the fact the stream was a charity event for the Trevor Project, which is supposed to give money to LGBT youth. So they basically...
How the fucking turntables. These people are so fucking psychotic that they will attack a streamer who is playing Hogwarts Legacy with a charity specifically enacted to help people of the LGBT community. And they will attack them and bully her so hard that she will kill the stream and leave crying. They literally fucked over their own goddamn charity. These people are fucking psychotic. Yeah, Kite, that's what we're talking about here. Did this streamer that got bullied off of her own stream while she was running a charity for the Trevor Project? Like, this is 100% fucked. And I feel like I'm on repeat on this one, but I feel like I have to say it again. The people that are doing this, that claim to support the LGBT community and will attack streamers like this and scream that they're transphobic and bully them to the point where they start breaking down sobbing and have to leave the stream, they are actually doing far more irreparable harm to the very people they claim to champion. Okay? This is a static thing. These activists that will and scream and attack people claiming to be in support of LGBT are actually harming the LGBT community 1,000 times more than they're ever going to help, because they're not actually helping at all. They are setting public opinion of the LGBT community backwards by goddamn decades. Okay? I will reiterate this. I've said this before. And that's why I say I feel like I'm on a repeat cycle. The LGBT community was, socially speaking, probably at its height, early to mid 2010s. Roughly early to mid 2010s, from a social standpoint, the LGBT community was at its height. And by that, I mean that people were quite generally rather accepting of people within the LGBT community. There were some that, of course, that were still like vehemently opposed to it. There's always going to be that, no matter how much you re-scream and attack people. Those detractors are always going to be present. But generally speaking, people that were LGBT were pretty widely accepted around 2010, 2015, somewhere in that range. There was a general acceptance of people in this sexual identity community. And then we saw what started to fucking happen with these activists going absolutely fucking schizo. And they literally have set the LGBT community, at least as far as like from a social viewpoint, they have set them back by literal fucking decades. So now I would imagine if they are able to, the people within the LGBT community will not disclose that they are LGBT for fear of the reaction they may get from people, because they don't know because these activists have done so much fucking harm to this community that people within the LGBT community are now looked down upon and are looked at in a divisive way because of these activists. It's fucking insane how they have actually done irreparable damage that is going to take fucking decades for this community to recover from. It will take literal decades for the LGBT community to regain, at least from a social standpoint, the level of social equality that they once had in early to mid 2010s. And bear in mind, when I say they were at their high point in early to mid 2010s, I'm not saying like they plateaued. The social standard or social standing, so to speak, and I'm that's probably an incorrect word, but it's just the first one I can come off the top of my head, was still going to go up. I'm not saying that in like mid 2010s it plateaued. It still could go up, but because the mid 2010s, because of these activists, it fucking nosedived. Because these activists, these fucking white knights, came in screaming and reeing and fucked everything up. Thought? I have considered that. I have. Like, that thought has crossed my mind. I am not prepared to say that it is some kind of psyop deliberately to tank the reputation of the LGBT community. The thought has crossed my mind, though. But at this point, I'm not ready to say it yet. I'm more inclined that because of the events in mid-2010s, and you guys know what I'm talking about, so I'm not going to say it, we saw that diametric shift on either side, and unfortunately, the activists ended up getting the loudest voice and started getting the most ears.
Dismantled that charity campaign to virtue signal about a video game they were playing while running the charity event. And there was also many other content creators, including
the
VTubers,
election,
who were
Zeb,
harassed as a result of playing this game or showing interest in the game, but we'll get back to that in just a second. So, I wanted to share the one good post about Hogwarts Legacy 2. Out of the hundreds, this was the most reasonable one I found, and I think this is a good place to start.
Okay,
this person
here we go.
basically said, I have had a lot of good experiences with the franchise, and clearly it seems like she doesn't like J.K. Rowling's beliefs, and now doesn't want to give any more money over to that franchise and J.K. Rowling. Makes sense. I think that's reasonable.
Okay.
If you don't like the game, you don't like the person who created it in this case, then don't buy it. It's really just as simple as that. There's nothing here that's trying to harass anyone. They're not trying to ostracize anyone.
I mean, for someone like this is basically it's low tier in terms of saying that they don't like what J.K. Rowling did. Yeah, like like as Rev said, this is reasonable. Granted, at this stage, it's, you're not only hurting J.K. Rowling, because leave us not forget, if you buy a Harry Potter thing, whatever that thing may be, it's not like 100% of that money is going to J.K. Rowling. You're also hurting the workers that sell the product. In terms of gains, you're hurting the developers that make the products, because that's how they get paid. Like, J.K. Rowling, for each sale, gets a small amount. So, I'm like, I don't have any objection to this person saying she'll never buy another Harry Potter thing because of her feeling on J.K. Rowling. It's fine. It's obviously her choice. And it's not like saying that if you enjoy Harry Potter, you are transphobic. So it's very mild by comparison. It's perfectly fine.
Just their own
Anyway.
personal decision to not financially support this franchise, while also recognizing that they had a lot of good memories with it. Now, of course, there's a lot of other people who didn't learn their lesson. This person saying, listen here, you little shits. The fact this did well enough to get a sequel means we didn't do enough. Stop buying the wizard trash. They learn absolutely nothing. No, you don't need to do more this time. You did enough last time, where you were the greatest promotion for this game ever, where it skyrocketed to over.
That's the funny part. Because of the hate campaign against Hogwarts Legacy, the game did better than they could have ever hoped. They literally, these people that were part of the hate campaign are literally the definition of congratulations, you played yourself. They literally fucked themselves on this. By doing this massive hate campaign, they actually boosted it into the stratosphere in terms of sales. And if they do it again, I'm sorry, that's just funny. It's pathetic as fuck. Yes.
Over 30 million units sold.
That is
People
fine.
were pissing their pants
Totally
in joy when they saw that Assassin's Creed Shadows had 3 million players. But this is what real success looks like. This was the highest selling game in all of 2023. Yes, it would have done well on its own.
Yeah, and Rev just brought up something. Sorry, Rev, I'm pausing you a lot. Rev just brought up something very important. They scream about Hogwarts Legacy, claiming it is supposedly transphobic when it is in no way, shape, or form. But these are the same people that fucking crow about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Basically fucking up Japanese history in service to their ideology. This literally showcases what these people want. These people literally want to affect massive social and historical change. They literally want to rewrite history. That is their goal. They want to do revisionist history in their twisted, fucked up, insane image. They've made this very fucking clear. And it ain't gonna work. Because Hogwarts Legacy sold 30 million units. Assassin's Creed sold 3. And I still don't believe that number. Because Assassin's Creed did not sell 3 million units. They had 3 million players. That doesn't mean they sold 3 million units. Well, no, Zeb, no, we did it. I have no doubt that people were saying positive things about Assassin's Creed Shadows. I don't doubt it for a moment. But nobody heard about him because the vast majority of people said the game fucking sucked. Resulting in Ubisoft getting parceled out by Tencent and divesting themselves of the IP to this new subsidiary that Tencent is going to have control of, regardless of what is on the paper.
Without the campaign, but the campaign rallied people against the activists, and a lot of people bought this game in solidarity with the people being attacked for showing interest in it. And that was just a big backfire, and people haven't learned anything, including people in the VTubing scene, which was one of the places where the virtue signaling was the strongest and loudest. And you can see this post, learning nothing, as I said, saying, "Welcome to another episode of Will You Support Trans Rights or Play the Shitty Wizard Game? Let's see how many VTubers picked the wrong option this time."
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Tamer, you do not want to throw down that fucking gauntlet with VTubers. If you throw down that gauntlet, your ass better be ready to show you have the balls to back it up. Because you know what? Alex the Shiba, who is supposedly claiming to be a VTuber, I'm legitimately curious if this person is actually a VTuber or is simply a VTweeter. How many VTubers are going to go, that game on, and get the game and play it on stream? Because I might. I very well might. Like, if they're gonna make this big of a deal of it, who knows? I didn't play the first Hogwarts Legacy game because I legitimately didn't really have much of an interest in it. It did not, it's not typically my kind. It wasn't typically my kind of game. But a lot of people enjoyed it. And so, I have family members that actually play. I have someone in my family actually played the game, and they said they loved it. So, and the person in my family is something of a gamer, and so if they said that Hogwarts Legacy was really enjoyable, you know what? I might be, especially if the second one improves even further upon the mechanics and story of the first game, I would be willing to give it a try. Not just for the engagement, but just to literally try it as an actual game that I would like to try. I do try new games, and some of them I'll like, some of them I will not like. So, yeah, I legitimately may try Hogwarts Legacy 2 just to give it a try. Just because it's a video game, part of a video game franchise that people seem to actually have fun with. And I'm also playing a game to have fun.
And by pick the wrong option this time, they mean
Really,
playing
Fatal Brand?
a literal video game. And as we saw last time, picking the wrong option comes with harassment, doxing, and a lot of threats. We saw some prominent examples with Pikami, for example, who simply expressed interest in streaming this game and was immediately attacked, called a transphobe, all these things. It clearly affected them very much. It upset them to see all of this, and they would take a hiatus and then eventually graduate. And based on the words that were said, it seems like this harassment campaign launched against her helped accelerate her graduation from her former company. We also had Silvervale, who was harassed, and she claims her family was doxxed as a result.
No, this right here showcases that these activists are not on the side of the angels. Okay? If you ever needed any evidence that these activists are not on the side of angels, what happened with Pikami is all the evidence you need. She literally just said she's thinking about playing the game and got attacked en masse by people just because she wanted to play a game. And these people want to try and spout about you should be on the right side of history. Guess what? These people are making themselves a showcase for being on the wrong side of history. That's, define irony. These people try to claim, do this, be on the right side of history. when they're the ones on the wrong side of history. Because all of the people that are in these communities will come out in fucking droves to back their streamer up. They will bet, like, these are streamers with big communities, and their community will be there, like all of it, because VTubers have some of the most caring and dedicated communities in streaming, especially for people like Pikami, with what's happened, like with Kitsu, like what's happened with Domu. You know, they're absolute sweethearts. They don't actually go after anybody. They just have a stream to have fun. And then they say, oh, this looks like a fun game. I'd like to try it. And all of a sudden, you're a transphobe. You're supporting transphobia. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. This is a sweet VTuber who just wants to play a fun game. These are not activists. And again, I've talked about this before. My guess is they dogpiled Pikami like this because she is so sweet and kind and wears her heart on her sleeve, because she was viewed as a soft target. They came after her because she is a soft target, because how sweet and kind she is. And they knew she could be bullied. And unfortunately, she was able to be bullied. That when they did this, she canceled her stream and graduated. Now, she came back. When she came back, and you guys are saying she's back and she's bigger than ever, which that is a absolutely beautiful bitch slap to all the people that tried to take her down. That she came back even stronger than ever. That is the best kind of bitch slap to these fucksticks that I could ever think of. And I hope if she's interested in playing this game, that she plays it. I really do hope that if she wants to play this game because it looks fun, that she should be able to play it. I do.
Her helped accelerate her graduation from her former company. We also had Silvervale, who was harassed, and she claims her family was doxxed as a result of playing this game. And eventually she would double down and say she's not going to be bullied by a bunch of Twitter freaks, which led to more harassment and people saying she needs to be game-ended. And then we saw people...
Really? Hide? Okay, let's put this one on blast, chat. So Hyde wants a VTuber standing up for herself and saying, I'm not going to be bullied by you Twitter freaks because that have no lives and are terminally online and have to try and steal your useless existence by attacking other people just so you can try and fill that hollowness in your soul that will never be filled and is only going to make you even sicker and more depraved. You're going to say that she needs to self-delete. Really? And you claim to be on the side of the righteous. Really? You're going to claim to be on the side of the righteous? Hyde? All right, Hyde. Try and bully me. Go ahead and try and bully me. See what the fuck happens.
And then we saw people just covering this stuff, even covering it in a neutral way, getting death threats. And we saw other VTubers catching strays, including Iron Mouse. People were calling her transphobic because she said it was wrong to harass Silvervale over...
Oh my god, these people are fucking brain dead. Andrea, good. Good. Literally. I mean, Fillion is just chaos incarnate, so but Fillion's not transphobic. Let me point that very fucking specifically out. Fillion's not transphobic, but Pikami, Silvervale, and Mousy. 3 of the sweetest fucking VTubers on Twitch. And you're gonna go after them, saying that the VTubing community is transphobic. Fuck you. Okay? And chat, I am not going to call you guys out by name or anything, but Mommy Nova, you dumb fuck. You want to call the VTubing community transphobic? Do you have any fucking clue how many people in my community homosexual or transgender? I'll give you a hint. It's more than a fucking few. And you know what else? I fucking love every single one of them. Every single person that is in my community that is gay or trans, I fucking love you just as much as I love every other person in my community that is not gay or trans. And every fucking VTuber you just listed off feels the exact same fucking way. And I will also point out, motherfucker, that VTubers are about 1,000 fucking times more inclusive than you will ever hope to be in your entire goddamn existence. Because we actually love people based upon their fucking character, not what's sitting on their chest or what's dangling or not dangling between their fucking legs. We care about people, not their goddamn identity. It's you who are fucking transphobic, asshat. The VTubers are the most inclusive fucking people in streaming. You will not find a more inclusive and welcoming group of people in the streaming community than goddamn VTubers.
VTubers United.
So go and fuck yourself with this bullshit of claiming that the VTubing community is largely transphobic. Because you are wrong on every conceivable level. And this comment is so fucking stupid, it defies all goddamn description. And it shows what a brainless wonder you are that was clearly not raised right by your fucking parents. Either that or you just said, fuck what my parents are trying to teach me about being a decent goddamn person, and I'm just gonna go my own fucking way. Well, here's a fucking clue. You went goddamn wrong. In the worst way fucking possible. Fucking try and come at the VTubers saying that we're transphobic. Fuck you! Fuck you with a goddamn bad dragon wrapped in concertina wire, soaked in ghost pepper hot sauce with a stick of TNT shoved up the middle, and I'm debating if I want to light the fucking fuse yet.
For a video game. Like, imagine calling Iron Mouse, of all people, a transphobe. And overall in the VTubing scene, here's just a crop of screenshots I had from my old folder on this. I mean, you can see the names, right? I think maybe, at best, one person in this entire group of VTubers is still making content 2 years later. Because that's all they did back then. They just wanted to virtue signal their activists who are cosplaying as VTubers. Yep. Basically, that was what they were doing. And
alright, let me see this here. My last 2 cents in the whole thing. Yeah, bullshit on that. She alienated her trans and Jewish viewers by playing the game. How in the fuck are you lumping Jewish people in the goddamn Hogwarts Legacy? Where is the fucking logic? Trans was already a fucking Grand Canyon level leap. How in the holiest of fucks are you lumping Jewish people into this? That makes no goddamn sense. What so fucking ever? And I guarantee you, this was literally used as a buzzword. I will guarantee you, this was used literally for the algorithm. They put in Jewish because, again, this was in February. The conflict in Gaza was kind of at a peak. And so I guarantee you, they put this word in to feed into the algorithm to try and boost the tweet. I guarantee it. Let's see. You know what? It's really fucking funny seeing lots of mutual coming to the defense of Silverreal, but stay quiet when trans people were being raided and harassed. Raided and harassed by whom? Callisto? Raided and harassed by whom? You don't get to just blanket statement like this and not specify what the fuck you're talking about. When trans people were being hate raided and harassed? Which ones? Show me some goddamn receipts.
Eventually, they lost interest in that because they didn't really want to be a VTuber that much. They just wanted to join in on activism and all that stuff. But here's some more posts from the recent second wave of harassment that's going to be targeting people playing Hogwarts Legacy. This person's saying, if you buy this game, you are dead to me.
Chat, look at the name. Look at the fucking name. Joshi Backshots. This person is saying, if you buy Hogwarts Legacy, you're dead to me because of brain-rotted beliefs in transphobia, and their name is literally Joshi Backshots. The stupidity, I cannot believe some people are this fucking stupid. I should know better, but to this day, it is still fucking mind-boggling to me that someone can be this fucking stupid to make this statement and have this name. Good fucking God.
That's a pretty bold statement for someone playing a video game. Here's another one saying that they're going to be end their friendship with you, even if it's 20 years long, because this is a boundary they are holding on to.
Then you're not a friend. If you are going to block and cut someone off that you've been friends with for 20 years because of a video game, then that other person has dodged a bullet because you have not actually been their friend for 20 years. See, what people like Wisty don't seem to realize is that friends don't dump one another because they want to play a video game you don't agree with. Actual friends stick by their friends. If someone is your friend, you stick by them through a lot. It has to be something fucking very significant to cause you to no longer be friends with someone. Like they are a serial killer or something. Okay? Actual friends stick by one another. They may not agree with you playing a particular video game because they have a disagreement about it on something, but a true friend will not suddenly not be your friend because you're like, I want to play this video game because it looks fun. Wisty, you're not a true friend to anybody. If you're going to say this, then you don't have friends. You have associates or people that you use for clout. That is what you have. You do not possess friends, Wisty. Understand this. I don't know if you watch my stream, but if you do, I'm going to tell you right now, Wisty, you don't have friends if this is your mentality. You cannot have friends if you are going to be possessive of this mentality. It flies in the face of what being a friend actually is.
If you're friends with this person for 20 years, if you do anything to support this game, you're cut off. You're done.
A true friend doesn't leave you for being a serial killer. A true friend helps you hide bodies.
Hide the bodies. I saw that one coming, Canito. I saw that one coming. A true friend is like that one out of a true friend is like that interaction with what's his name in Jeremy Renner in that one movie where he walks up and says, I need your help for something. I can't tell you anything about it. I can't tell you what you're doing. All I'm going to tell you is I need your help. And Jeremy Renner just responds with, whose car are we going to drive? That's a friend. That is a fucking friend right there.
Forever. Yeah, this is why I strongly urge people to be very careful whenever they're trying to befriend an activist like this, because imagine walking
town.
on
Thank you,
eggshells for
504.
the entirety of your relationship with this person, knowing that if you do one wrong thing, one small thing that they don't like, you're cut off. You're dead to them. That's extreme.
Free man, Ben Affleck.
That's very
That's the name.
extreme, and it would be
Good
exhausting
grasp.
to be friends with people who have this sort of mentality. We also have this post here saying, we really need to start taking people out with a shovel. So that
Hey, Blue Sky. Hey, Blue Sky. I don't know what your TOS is, but I'm reasonably sure is your TOS kind of like every social media TOS on the fucking planet? Has a clause in it that says you cannot threaten to take someone's life. Yes, GBP, it's a threat. That is a threat of death or bodily harm. And I'm pretty sure Blue Sky's TOS says you can't go threatening death or bodily harm on someone. So, hey, Blue Sky. This is against your TOS. This is a deliberate violation of your TOS. You plan on doing something about that, or are you just going to turn a blind eye like you always do with the activists? The ball is in your fucking court, Blue Sky. Are you actually going to abide by your TOS, or are you going to prove that you're just a fucking activist shill? You're cool. I'm not going on the Blue Sky regardless, so I don't fucking care what you do.
that's an obvious threat. This person getting a little more direct, saying, if I catch you playing this and I know you in real life, I will beat you up.
Good luck.
So-
Okay. Okay, I need to put this on my soundboard. The Liam Neeson clip where you hear, good luck.
Yeah, this is the person who's going to beat you up in real life for playing a video game.
Really? Really? Let chat. Shall we count the ways here? Okay? Shall we count the ways? Gender fluid, they see. Okay? You're not gender fluid then. They, she is not gender fluid. Gender fluid would have been he, she. That is what gender fluid means. You are species fluid. If you are she, they. They is not a gender, okay? I'm sorry. Like, people that, with people that say that they are non-binary, I've said this before, non-binary is basically gender fluid in a dressed up word. Like, non-binary means that they can feel both male and female, which, again, I don't have an issue with. If someone is gender fluid with he and she, I have no issue. None whatsoever. Like, I understand that some people, but Lara, like, gender fluid, there are people who can feel that way. And I do not have any objections to people that are gender fluid or, in the more colorful language, non-binary, which is the same thing, I will point out. I have no objection to that. She, they is not gender fluid. Let's not fuck with this. They is plural. They indicates schizophrenic. Or at best, it indicates an it. Because you're either a he or a she. The only other alternative is an it. Which is why I said, if it said she and he, yes, gender. So the singular they is utilized when you do not know what gender a person is. That is why if you are speaking about someone and you do not know if they are male or female, even to the extent of if you don't know what they identify as, out of respect, you say they because you do not know if the person is male or female. it is what it is. Again, someone who is gender fluid, I no issue. I completely understand it. The they, for people that put they, it feels kind of jumping on a bandwagon. It honestly does. Because before, gender fluid existed before non-binary. Okay, it did. Gender fluid actually did exist before the whole non-binary thing came into play. I don't know how the non-binary thing came into being, where all of a sudden they, them became a thing. And I'm sorry, but they, them feels bandwagoning. You know, there are people who kind of, yeah, I mean, it's pushed. Hollywood has pushed it. I have seen it. I don't know how it started. I do not know. I do not know how the whole they, them thing started. Because this existed prior to that. And again, nothing wrong with this. People who are fluid, who can feel both female and male, just like that exists. Not a problem. This is the they them thing. I'm sorry, it's like it feels bandwagony. If you are fluid, where you can sometimes feel male and you sometimes feel male, say that. Say gender fluid. There's nothing wrong with it. Bearing in mind that there may be some confusion and that people may reference you in a way in which you're not feeling. Somebody may call you he when, when in that moment you are feeling feminine, and you may need to offer a polite correction to it. But anyway, continuing on, biotechnologist, master in environmental engineering. Environmental engineering. Kind of curious what's involved in that, honestly. And in the next, oh my fucking god, really? Really? They're putting this in their bio. They're seriously putting, they have a master's in environmental engineering, which I'm guessing is essentially kind of working with environments, preserving wetlands, things like that. And then in the next breath, I make sex toys. Really? And then here we go is another one. Pansexual. Again, chat, can we please go back to a time when we didn't have to have pronouns and sexual identity in fucking bios? Like, seriously, can we please go back to just putting in your bio, I'm a quirky person and I like to have fun and I like to do this. Can we please not have put fucking pronouns and sexual identities in fucking everything? It is completely unnecessary. If you want someone to know if you want someone to categorize you properly, put it in the picture.
I bet Amber would never purchase a toy from this person just on principle.
Try based on safety. You think I would trust anything made by this person? I'm sorry, I don't feel like either receiving a lethal electrical shock or getting acidic poisoning because the batteries they installed leak. Let's see. Environmental engineering applies the principles from various scientific disciplines, including chemistry, biology, geology, and ecology, to develop solutions that protect and improve the quality of the environment. This field addresses issues such as air and water pollution, waste management, and the impact of human activities on ecosystems. Environmental engineers work on projects that aim to minimize pollution, manage natural resources, and ensure compliance with environmental regulators. Thank you, Zomboy. So how the fuck do we go from that to I make sex toys? What, are they environmentally friendly, biodegradable sex toys or something? Oh. And then, yes, I did see the banner with the hat. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave it alone. The only thing I'm going to say is that people that are autistic, amongst all this stuff, do not throw autism in their bio as some kind of deflection or excuse. Okay? People with autism do not run around shouting from the rooftops, "I'm autistic!" People with autism just want to feel normal. They don't ride the horse of abnormality. People with autism, at least those that are high-functioning autistic, are very keenly aware that they are neurodivergent. And it is not usually a comfortable feeling. Many people that are autistic actually want to just be treated like normal. And the ones that are severely autistic, forget it. The ones that are severely autistic don't care. Ironically enough, some people with severe autism are above all of this. That's the crazy thing. Severe autistics are completely above all of this bullshit. And they are far better for it. Far fucking better for it.
A gender fluid gremlin, they, she, 30-year-old pan lesbian.
Yes, Colonel. Yes. Sorry. Yes. I said I wasn't going to go off on this. I have to. Yes. People who are autistic, particularly like severely autistic, they just are happy. They are just happy being alive and living their lives. They are so far above this petty bullshit, they don't care. It's not even a blip on their radar. They just want to live life and be happy, and they do. They have the most pure form of blissful ignorance when it comes to everything. They are just happy being who they are. Those that are high-functioning autistic, they unfortunately don't have that blissful ignorance, and they are unfortunately keenly aware that they are neurodivergent in some way, and they just want to be treated like normal people. That's all they want. That's it.
Sadistic mommy, like, oh my god. Blue Sky is definitely a place. It's definitely one of the most places of all time. It's a very, very interesting scene. But also we have this post saying, "We still hate the transphobic, anti-Semitic, racist video game." And it shows
No one
this
fucking
Fox News
cares.
article that says, "Sacramento pub apologizes after Antifa condemns it for showing Harry Potter video game footage." Basically, someone in the pub was sharing a live stream of someone playing Hogwarts Legacy, and Antifa came and harassed them, and then the pub backed down.
Wrong answer. Wrong fucking answer. Bipedal Leo means that she has kids. That's what that was referencing to. Because before that it said pet owner and then pet owner, and then it followed with mommy. So apparently she puts her pets above her kids. There's an answer for you. So the mommy was referring to, she was talking about actual kids and not her pets. Anyway, the pub should never back down. The pub should not have backed down. When Antifa condemned the pub for showing the Harry Potter video game, the pub should have said, "And it's a video game. Go fuck yourselves." Because you know what? If the pub had done that and did it publicly, their business would have skyrocketed. It would have absolutely fucking skyrocketed if Antifa came at them and said, "You need to apologize for showing that game." And they went, "No. No, we're good. There's the door. Bye." I guarantee you that pub would have skyrocketed in popularity. So this pulp, unfortunately, I think, my opinion, I think they made the wrong call.
As far as I'm concerned, this is nothing but L's.
I
Antifa, giant
think
L. This
most, I'm
pub,
not 100%
giant L.
sure, though.
This is ridiculous. What is this supposed to prove? Everyone involved in this is just pathetic. And then you see this claim, too. I have to point this out. Anti-Semitic. People were calling Hogwarts Legacy anti-Semitic, and you'll never believe the reason why. So a lot of journalists and activists on social media claimed that this game was anti-Semitic because they looked at the goblin characters and saw their big nose and said, oh, that's a caricature of a Jewish person. Yeah.
So in other words, the supposed anti-racists are racist. You said this, Ed? Okay, I'm sorry. I missed that you said this earlier. I'm sorry, I missed that. Okay, so basically, all these people claiming to support Jewish people are racist. Congratulations, you just fucking played yourself. There is no fucking way possible that any logical, sane person would look at this image of a goblin, a fictional creature, and say, oh, that's a Jewish person. No, I realize that you guys are saying that like just that they're quote Jewish coded because of crooked noses and running backs. I'm sorry, but if you look at a goblin and say a goblin in Harry Potter and go, oh, that's coded for Jewish people, you're the racist. You are the racist if you're going to look at this and try to claim it's coded for Jewish people. Because I guarantee you, the people behind the scenes that put the goblins in as the bankers didn't think that way. They did not, that was nowhere even close to being on their mind. So they basically just outed themselves as being racist. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't goblins in and of themselves in most modern day, fantasy realms? Don't all goblins, regardless of their, fictional origins, depending upon the franchise, love gold and hoard treasure? Is that not a staple with goblins? What are why aren't they saying about dragons? Why wasn't there an attack on the Lord of the Rings prequel movies with Smaug? Smaug has a long snout and hoards treasure. Why was there no outcry saying, oh, Smaug the dragon it's an insult to Jewish people. That's code for Jews. Same fucking thing. Long nose, hoards treasure. It's the same principle that you're applying here. Like, if you are looking at a fictional character, a fictional fantasy race, if you look at a fictional fantasy race and your first fucking thought is, oh, that's code for this race, like they do with the orcs and the African American population, where people say orcs are just race coded for black people. If that's your first fucking thought when you see a fantasy species, you're racist. I'm just gonna put this out right now. If you look at a fantasy race, orcs, goblins, trolls, kobolds, dragons, whatever. If you look at any of these fantasy races and your first thought is, oh, that fantasy race is code for this real life race, you, my friend, are a racist. Just letting you know. You are a racist if your first thought is that is code for Jewish people, black people, Latino people, Asian people, Middle Eastern people. If that is your first thought, you're racist. Yep. Oh, I know. I know, Cortanus. And that's why I'm calling them out as being the racists. The supposed anti-racist people are outing themselves as being racist. Congratulations, you played yourself. Bravo.
Yes, these are the anti-bigots. These are the people who see these things and think you're wrong for not supporting their crazy fan fiction they're making up in their head to get mad about this game. We also have this saying, if you buy HP stuff, I will 100% think less of you. It directly funds
I don't care.
J.K. Rowling's campaign of bigotry against trans people. It really cannot be that hard to just not buy Harry Potter stuff, but then again, people will still choose mediocre chicken sandwich over gay rights, so what do I know?
Hey, Dr. Cam, guess what? I'm going to California this summer on vacation. I'm going to be going to hang out at Universal Studios while I'm on vacation there. You know what I'm going to do while I'm there? I'm going to go to the Harry Potter section.
This person doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Hey, I'm going to be going to the Harry Potter world in Universal. I'm going to be going to Diagon Alley. And some of my family from here in Canada is coming with me. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, if they want, buy them a rope, or I'm going to buy them a wand. And Dr. Cam, if you think less of me, good. Good. I hope you do. Because that means that I know I am in the right. If you think less of someone because they don't bow before you and kiss the ring, that means that they know they're on the right side and you're on the wrong side. I'm just saying.
So this last part is interesting. Mediocre chicken sandwich, not the way I eat it. For context here, they're referring to a controversy and boycott involving the fast food chain Chick-fil-A. And people believed, because the CEO of the company is anti-gay marriage, that supporting their company is homophobia, okay? And people wanted to start a big boycott and, saying, don't eat their
how well did that
sandwiches,
go?
It makes you a homophobe and a person who supports homophobia. Yeah, that one didn't last. That was one of the most superficial boycotts of all time, because apparently to these people, the chicken sandwiches were so good.
Thank you, Dragon.
They just got completely owned. They gave up on their boycott and just started continuing to eat chicken sandwiches, knowing there's this boycott in place. They literally got one shot by a chicken sandwich. Their entire political belief system got one shot by a chicken sandwich. I'll never forget about that. That is the funniest boycott that's still active to this day, by the way, but no one really cares about it because they just like Chick-fil-A that much. But anyways, you have more posts here saying, if you buy anything that gives J.K. Rowling money, you are funding the death of trans kids.
Factually wrong on every conceivable level. Absolutely nothing involving doing something that results in J.K. Rowling receiving a royalty. In no way, shape, or form, in any fucking universe, on any plane of existence, it is directly funding the death of trans kids. What this person just did, and this could get kind of funny. This person literally insinuated that J.K. Rowling is funding some black up specifically designed to game end trans kids. That is what this person is seeming to insinuate. That J.K. Rowling either directly created or is participating or funding in some kind of black group. And the color, not the ethnicity, that goes around game ending trans kids. That is legally quite dangerous to do. That is to accuse J.K. Rowling of being directly responsible for trans kids shuffling off this mortal coil. Legally speaking, that is dangerous. If J.K. Rowling has the money, there isn't enough money to end this person on a financial level for slander. Absolutely can end this person if she wanted to for that level of slander. Good job.
That's a pretty bold statement, right? They're saying J.K. Rowling is funding people who are killing trans kids. I don't really see the proof there, but that's a very outrageous claim.
Did she, Cornez? Well, she's got a new target now.
No,
she knows about
with
this.
The first one, you had the slimmest excuse of not knowing. If you buy this
fuck's
one,
sake.
you willfully fund a trans genocide. Did you guys know there's a trans genocide going on?
Finish the thought, Rev. Fund a trans genocide through Rowling. Again. Aria of effect. Who is a VTuber? This person is claiming to be a VTuber. No idea if they're still active or not. Is literally claiming that J.K. Rowling is financing trans genocide. That is what this is saying. This is... Fishy! Hush! Hush! I want to make my point. Yeah, that is what this person is... What was that Mike Tyson quote again? People have gotten too used to being able to say whatever the fuck they want and not catching a punch in the face for it.
On right now, I'm not sure where this is happening or any of the details, and they don't really ever want to tell you the details. So yeah, they're claiming there's a literal trans genocide going on right now, and buying this game supports that directly. Here's another one saying trans people were a major Holocaust target under the Hitler Nazis, and trans people are a major target under the current Trump Nazis. JKR herself said your support of Harry Potter shows her you support her views. If you buy this game, you are a Nazi. Stops.
I'm sorry. Where did J.K. Rowling say that people's support of Harry Potter shows her that they support her views? Where did she say this? Tim Crawley. Show me the quote. Show me some fucking receipts. You're gonna make this blanket statement that support of Harry Potter shows that you support her views? Is it an actual statement that she made? Did she actually say if you support Harry Potter, you support her own views? That is it. Is that an actual statement that she said? I find that a little hard to believe. A little. Yeah. Yeah, and Cortez, that's the only thing that I have ever heard, is that J.K. Rowling has said once, and this was years ago, that she doesn't believe trans women are women. And that's it. That's the only, like, anti-trans thing I've ever heard from J.K. Rowling. That's it. No, there's a thing that, like, the Nazis, in addition to going after Jews, they would also, like, snap up people in the LGBT community. It's basically, but then the Nazis were going after anyone that was not blonde or blue-eyed. You know, it was the whole mass. It was their whole ideology of the master race, which is completely immaterial to this right now. Yeah, the Nazis went after a lot of fucking people back in the day. Basically, kind of, sort of acting like these people. You know? Again, these people that are projecting, because they are projecting, that like to go, you're a Nazi. You should be canceled. You should go away because you're a Nazi, because you disagree with me. are literally exhibiting that behavior. They are literally exhibiting the behavior and the mentality of the people they supposedly claim to rail against. Define fucking irony.
Supporting Nazi views makes you a Nazi. Wow, this person really twisted themselves into a pretzel to get mad about people buying a video game, huh? Let's not overlook the comparison at the beginning, where they're comparing trans people living in the United States in the year
I know,
2025
B-Dog, I know.
to Holocaust victims. Are we serious? Are we actually doing this? This is crazy. And also think about, what does Trump or America have to do with any of this?
No, Zab, I'm not. Key distinction there. I'm not saying that these people are Nazis. I am not. I'm saying that they claim to be against it, yet are exhibiting the same mentality of them. But no, I'm not actually calling them Nazis. Because these people are not actually rounding up people and marching them to death camps and literally eliminating them. So no, I am not actually calling them Nazis, but they are exhibiting, and you cannot deny with this, when they put it on their own fucking Blue Sky feeds, they exhibit the same fucking mentality of it. They literally exhibit the same goddamn mentality. If you do not think like me, you should be canceled, which is the only means they have to quote unquote end someone, because doing otherwise is illegal. So they want to cancel them and silence them, because that is the only option available to them without them actually going to jail.
Just like a very weird injection of this statement here. And again, they're just straight up calling you a Nazi if you buy this game. That's the standard. So unfortunately, if you buy that video game, it's over. And as always with these people, they want to find a way to give you these labels because they want to dehumanize you. They want to make it seem like it's okay for anything bad to happen to you because
what have I been saying, War God?
You're a Nazi. You're one of these labels.
Okay, sorry, Rev. War God, what have I been saying for months? All the time. That is exactly what I say. The words no longer have meaning.
They give you, and that's it. It's a way to dismiss any sort of guilt associated with bad things happening to you. That is the goal here with posts like this. Here's another one saying, if I catch wind of you playing this game or supporting it or anything, you're going to be blocked and banned from all spaces. I don't care about your reasoning. Okay, we've seen stuff like this before.
Okay, who cares?
But I bring this up because this person's like, you support this game, you're done. I will not tolerate you supporting such an evil thing. Then you click on their profile.
Here we go.
And they got a hammer and sickle. This person unironically supports communism, but is going to...
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Gotcha, bitch!
Oh my god! Yeah. Chat. The time has come. Communism, communism, communism. Is he here? Is he in the chat? Is he in the chat? Please, someone. Tell me he's in the chat. Tell me it worked. Tell me the summoning worked. God damn it. Oh, fuck, grief. Honestly, like, the stupidity of these people is literally mind-boggling. That they're going to rail and say, you say something I don't like, I'm going to block you. Because they're acting like, oh, it's transphobic, yet they're literally supporting a country that will unalive people from the LGBT community. Literally. This country that they are supporting game ends homosexuals and trans people. Silas, if you were to go to this country of which you have this supporting icon here, they would literally lock you up and throw away the key. No trial, no nothing, straight to prison in Siberia. You would have zero rights in the country you are supporting via icon. Really? Fucking really?
This person unironically supports communism, but is going to cut you off for playing a video game. I wonder which side is more ridiculous to support, which ideology here is more dangerous and has cost actual human lives. I'll let you think about that one, Blue Sky. But here's another one. This one's just sad. This person said, I want to punch the 2023 version of myself because of this. Because I was unfortunately one of the assholes who bought the first game during that discourse back in 2023, and I regret it because I've learned more since then, so now it just sits in my Steam library like a pin of shame. Hashtag I hate myself.
Hey, Kiernan, you're telling on yourself here. This guy just told on himself. If he really regretted purchasing this, he would have uninstalled it from Steam. No, Merlin, I will actually go on the assumption that he did buy the game. I will go on that assumption. This is all bullshit. He's jumping on the bandwagon for attention. This is attention seeking. Because you know what? If he really did so regret making the purchase, if he was just so filled with regret, well, Leo, not only that, like, I'm saying you can't return it, you can delete it from your library. You literally can delete it from your Steam library. Which is why he's telling on himself. If he really does regret it, maybe, Zeb, maybe. I'm not feeling that charitable right now, though. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling that charitable to get for benefit of the doubt of maybe he doesn't know you can remove games. Sorry, I'm no, not on this one. I'm not. And Izuku Major, thank you for the follow.
I want to put my hand on this guy's shoulder and just say, it's okay. You don't need to do this to yourself. You don't need to make yourself feel bad. You don't have to wear a pin of shame on Steam to let people see your mistakes for buying a video game.
Undoubtedly, this is bandwagoning.
You're not a bad person for buying this game. You don't got to do this. You don't have to do this. And if you have to do this to get people's acceptance, those are not people you want acceptance from because they probably will turn on you the second it's convenient for them to do so.
Yes. And that's what I've said. These kinds of people that are in this ideological camp, they will eat one another with the bare minimum of provocation. They're desperate for attention. They're desperate to belong to something. And they will turn on you in a heartbeat for wrongthink. It will take the most minuscule of things, and the people that you thought, yeah, these are my people. I'm a part of a community now, and they'll turn on you and destroy you for almost no reason at all. But also, they are only fostering this sickness that is inside them. Okay? There's an absolute sickness in these people. There's a hole in their soul that they are just feeding with negativity, and you will only get sicker and sicker and feel worse and worse the more you keep doing shit like this. Doing shit like this, raging against another group for a perceived wrong like this, that is fictional at best. No, Banana Cat, you are not distracting me. Continually feeding into it like this on social media will only foster that negativity and make you sick. You literally will feel like shit the more you do this. Like, Trust me, I know. Back during 2026, I was watching a lot of news coverage. I was listening to a lot of news coverage about what was going on because I was trying to keep informed, and it was just crazy. And, even though it was happening in America, no, did I say 2026? I'm sorry, I meant 2016. Sorry, misspoke, 2016. I was listening to a lot of the coverage of what was going on in the US. Like on my day, like to and from work, I would listen to podcasts of it. And I found myself feeling worse and worse as time progressed. Because all that was happening was I was getting inundated with negativity on what was happening day in, day out. Negativity that I couldn't do anything about. Even if I was streaming at the time, if I was continually talking about it over and over and that's all that I talked about, the same thing would have resulted. And I would just end up feeling sick in my stomach. That's what happens when people do this. Like they go online, they're terminally online, they're constantly reading against perceived injustices that don't actually exist, and all they do is feed into that negativity, and they will only feel worse. That's the thing. They will only feel worse by continuing to do this and continuing to take part in this cultish behavior. I will guarantee you, if any of these people get out of the cult and actually just say, fuck it, I'm going to live my life, and I'm going to try to live a life of enjoyment and fun and kindness, within weeks, they'll realize, holy shit, I feel great. I feel great now. But they've got to get out of the cult. Until they can get out of the cult, they are going to continue feeling this sickness, and it's only going to grow. So for those of you out there in the interwebs, if you are on social media doing stuff like this on a daily basis, day in and day out, stop. I'm not asking you to change your beliefs. I'm not asking you to change your values. I'm asking you to just get off social media and just start enjoying life. Play a game, like literally for the only intentions of having fun. Stop watching the news. Stop reading all the newspaper articles that make you rage. Go out, touch grass, stop and smell the flowers. Go, if you have a pool, go swimming. If there is an amusement park near you, go have fun at the amusement park. Have fun, be kind. I guarantee you, within a week or two, you will feel so much better, and you realize, holy shit, doing all this just made me feel that much worse. Because you know what, chat? When I cut myself off from the news back in 2016, after I was basically feeling worse and worse, listening to news every day, I cold turkeyed and cut myself off from the news. And in days, within days, I was feeling better. I wasn't feeling so depressed or angry all the time. Just stop. Get help.
Here's another one saying no one cares except for right-wing chuds who will use this game as an excuse to say they hate trans people's existence. Yeah, it was like 35 million right-wing chuds from Twitter who bought this game, by the way. This is so crazy. It's so weird that everything gets so divisive.
It's stupid.
Where you can't even fathom that people would just buy this game without having some sort of a political motivation behind it. And also, I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure people who are actual transphobics,
there you go, Shadows. That's the way to do it.
Express that through playing a video game. They'll just be transphobic. Like, unfortunately, that's just how it is. So this is a weird claim to make in the first place. Then you have this one saying, can we round up a bunch of games that are better as a wizard game than this? Oh, wait, I got one. Spellbound. Oh, wait, it was shut down. Yeah, there's a big effort to try to find a wizard game replacement to support in
Spellbound. Was Spellbound that... Was that like a wizard arena shooter? Is that what that game Spellbound was? It was like you were wizards, but it was basically like it was an attempt to basically be like a COD version of Wizards or something like that. Is that what it was? Because if it's yeah, because I think I played that once, and it was fine, but it wasn't great. I actually I'm pretty sure I tried that, and I tried that game, and it was like it seemed like none of my attacks were ever hitting anything. So I kind of stopped pretty quick because it was like, okay, I'm just running around slinging spells and it's not doing fucking anything. So how is that a better wizard game?
Instead, it's not going very well, but I guess that's kind of the thing they're trying to do to deal with this very distressing situation of this game releasing. Here's another one saying, the sad part is I could write a better book than this bitch ever could, and I'm a terrible writer.
Ugh. Go ahead and write your book then. If you want to claim you could write a better book than J.K. Rowling, go write a book. Ace, where's your book deal? You can even self-publish now. I know. Go write your book, self-publish it on Amazon. Let's see how many people buy it. Go right the fuck ahead. You want to make the claim, better back that shit up or shut the fuck up.
I don't believe you. Yeah, I don't believe you. I don't believe you could write a better book than J.K. Rowling.
I bet you can't even write a book.
It's really that simple. This is the problem. This is not just for Blue Sky. This is like human beings in general. When they see a product or something made by someone they don't like, they immediately discredit any sort of quality it might have. They're like, oh yeah, that
zip ties, I guess.
Absolutely terrible. It's the worst
I haven't
thing
checked
ever.
lately, honestly.
I'm pretty sure there's some positive aspects of the writing behind this franchise. There's clearly some level of skill there from J.K. Rowling. You don't have to like her, but you can at least acknowledge she's probably at least a somewhat good writer. I mean, can we just admit that without being so polarized? Here's another one saying, I've currently bought 3 copies of Hogwarts Legacy, all secondhand. I'm breaking the discs to make some kind of mosaic. I've spent $12 total. One guy at a flea market gave me one for free when I told him what I was doing. Well, they'll probably
lie. Guarantee you, everything that's said here is a lie. I will guarantee you. Number one, if you spent money on the game, you literally just contributed to the very thing you're supposedly against. When you buy a game, when you spend money on a game, the retail store, the devs, and J.K. Rowling do not fucking care what you do with it. They do not give a flying fuck what you do with the game once you've purchased it, because they have your money now. Well, no, she didn't say she bought it secondhand. The only thing she put here is one guy at a flea market gave me one for free when I told him what I was doing. The $12 is not indicative of buying at a flea market. But literally, you just wait. Okay, even if it's a, did it say second? All second hand. Okay, all second hand. That was to my next point. Even if you did not buy from a retailer, okay? And yes, I skipped over the second hand part. I missed that. So even taking into account that you bought them second hand, Atsunashi, there you go. First and foremost, the money was spent on them already. So money has already been spent. Money has already gone to J.K. Rowling, which you fucking hate. Number two, you spent money to buy these. So you literally pissed away $12 to make some ideological statement that nobody fucking cares about. Like, this ideological statement is not going to benefit you in any way, shape, or form. And it is also not going to do a single thing to reduce the level of sales that Hogwarts Legacy 2 is going to take place. In fact, it is only if you do post this mosaic about how horrible Hogwarts Legacy is, you are only going to boost Hogwarts Legacy. You're only going to benefit the company. And this part, one guy at a flea market gave me one for free. Lie. Fucking lie. Don't believe this for a second. I do not believe this for a goddamn second. That some guy at a flea market gave you a copy for free because you said you were going to break the discs and break the disc and have it be a part of some kind of mosaic. Nope, you're lying. 100% you're lying.
Like scared of you because like this is not a very stable person who's buying copies of a game that they hate just so they can smash them and then make a mosaic out of it. They're probably like, please take this and leave me alone. But this is the normal people. This is so unhinged. Who does stuff like this? Who has it in their mind and in their desires to go out and waste their time and money to smash discs of a game they don't like? It makes no sense. And also, aren't you putting money back in the pockets of the supposed transphobes who bought the game in the first place, who are now reselling it? Weird. But here's one final post to kind of end this on. You play this game. You support a heavily influential transphobe. You play this game and you're one of my friends.
Yada, yada, yada.
I will begin questioning our friendship and confront you about it. If it
then
ends,
they're not your friends
it
in the first
ends.
place.
Can't believe this got a sequel to begin with. Don't care if the gameplay is good. Yeah, this one kind of sums up all the posts we've been looking at. Just complete lack of self-awareness. Can't believe this game got a sequel. I can believe it. And I can believe at this point it's probably going to get more games after the second.
Yeah, because capitalism wins. The gaming industry is not about ideology. The gaming industry does not give a fuck about your ideology if they want to succeed. The gaming industry works off of capitalism. They are in the business to make money. Hogwarts Legacy made them an ass ton of money. Yes, they're going to make a sequel, and I hope it's a good sequel. I absolutely hope that Hogwarts Legacy is a good sequel. If it looks promising, like I said, I may very well buy the game and play it on stream. If it looks like it will be a fun game. If it looks like it will be just as fun as the first one, based on reviews of my own family, who do not give a flying fuck about the politics of this, then I may very well get Hogwarts Legacy 2 and play it on stream because it looks like it's a fun game.
One comes out because everyone on places like Blue Sky are going to complain about this game, polarize people, rally them behind the game.
Yes,
Mad
Taz, it was,
or get exposed
but they
to this
ignored
game
that.
because people are complaining about it, and they can't just ignore something they don't like. They have to make it political. They have to make it a whole harassment campaign, and that's what happened last time with the original Hogwarts Legacy, and it's probably going to happen again with the second version coming out soon.
Yes, Raven.
But that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comments section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, goodness. I kind of went a little bit off on that one. Didn't I, chat? Okay, Banana Cat. Okay. I will do fun next. Banana Cat. I will. Don't worry. Yeah.